Based on a question I had, I wanted to share what my actual journal entries look like. And this can cover a wide range of things. Sometimes it's just writing something down and you want to get it out of your head if you want to consider that journaling, which I do. Sometimes it could be a more structured digital form where literally I'm using a form to input some information, or it's some online free form, again, rather free form writing. So I want to share what this looks like. I know sometimes it can be helpful to kind of see what other people do, what it looks like, what kind of stuff you're writing. So with that said, going to move over, do a screen share, and we'll go from there. Hey, I'm Adam with the Productivity Academy, and like I said, I wanted to share with you what I'm actually doing. So let me pop over here, and as you can see right here, this is more of a structured one. I use this as a weekly review, and without getting lost in the weeds, I will say what I do with this is I have Rome Research is what I use for this, and I have a template set up and a reminder in my calendar, and I have links to everything, so I'm not just having to go into Google Forms and do this. I make it easy on myself, so I can click when it's time to do the weekly review. It brings me to here, and then I can pop it in. You may be asking, well, why are you doing it in here? Because I use this stuff in other places, and by that I mean I do quarterly, annual reviews, and let's just take the quarterly review. It's really easy to take information from a Google form and take it elsewhere. So if I want to look through a bunch of answers to one question, it's really easy to do it. There's not a bunch of weird formatting because you can have this stuff put into an spreadsheet automatically. So for example, let's say I wanted to go in here, big win areas, where am I getting the best results? I could just go through and read through these or copy and paste them into something. Something I've been doing is using some AI analysis on that, like, hey, what patterns are you seeing? It's the same stuff you can do yourself, but sometimes it helps just to have that third-party point of view in addition to your own. But that's why I do this, and it can be really, really helpful. And this is what my responses look like. A lot of it's just, simple stuff. For example, big win areas, focusing, doing one thing completely, right? It's just not writing in necessarily complete sentences. It's nothing fancy. It's just writing down and literally answering those questions because journaling is for me. And I'm the one who's reading these. I'm the one who's getting things out of it. So I would say to not focus too much on how it looks, unless if that's a really, really important thing for you, then again, it's for you. So if that matters, go for it. For me, it's more about getting things usually out of my head and either doing kind of a brain dump or helping myself realize something that's maybe half formed, or over time, again, seeing patterns. When I go back and do a quarterly review and I see 12 weeks of answers to this, and I see, wow, okay, maybe I'm getting the best results from this one area. I'm really seeing that. I need to really kind of reinvest or double down on that. Or the opposite. I keep seeing, man, I'm maybe having this problem in this area. Maybe I need to do something more about that. Okay, here's another one. So here's an example of another digital version. This is Rome. So this was just from not too long ago. And for example, I have my morning pages, and I just write. I tell myself I used to do a longer practice, but I found that I wasn't doing it as consistently. So I just said, hey, 100 words. That's it. That's all I got to do. And it can be about anything. It could be, here's what I'm doing today, here's what's important, or it could just be what is on my mind. So for this was on the 20th of December. I'm just talking about going out for a run. We were visiting family, talking about a cool park we found, going to meet someone, and looking forward to checking into the next Airbnb. And that was really it. So, just getting this stuff out. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's just top of mind, whatever it might be. And then last but not least, I'll pop it up on the page here, but I also do some handwriting, and it's probably not legible. It's almost not legible to me, but sometimes I also like to write by hand. And if I'm out and about and I don't have my computer with me or something that's easy to type on, I will generally do that. I also find that it helps me literally connect ideas sometimes. And what I mean by that is sometimes I won't just journal in words. Maybe I want to more list things out. Like I've got an idea of how I want to maybe create some content on the website based around journaling, but I need to kind of map it out and just get it going. And could I use an online mind map like MindMeister? Yes. But sometimes I just want to draw it out, and I find that connection really helps. And there's research proving this. Engaging both with your thoughts, with media, whatever it might be, in multiple forms, like physically writing, drawing, things like that will help reinforce and help you really think through things. So I think that that can be good as well. And if you're worried about that, you not having access to it digitally, you can do a lot of writing, and so long as your handwriting is quite as bad as mine, you can take that and get it digitized using a lot of tools. I've actually got a video on that. I will link to that. And even if your handwriting isn't that good, the OCR, the optical character recognition, and the AI stuff they're doing now is getting really good. And most of my handwriting can be recognized, which is awesome because it's pretty bad. So that is what this stuff can look like. You know, it really can take any way, shape, or form. It's really about, at the end of the day, like what works for you. Are you getting any utility out of it? And I would give yourself some time, give yourself a little bit of space, and just do your journaling practice for a little bit of time and then adapt it. You know, you're probably going to start with some ideas from other people. To this day, I mean, I've been doing this for years and years, but I still take ideas from other people and maybe, oh, that's a great question, like a journal prompt, or, oh, here's how they do this more consistently, or here's this other thing. And you just adapt it and make it your own over time. Again, start with what works for you, maybe do it at a time that makes sense, and then just go with what works and tell yourself ahead of time, hey, this is going to change. I'm going to get rid of the stuff that isn't working, or I'm not answering, or I'm not doing. And then over time, I might add to it if I find something I really like. And if that doesn't work out, that's okay. If you have any questions or comments about this, leave it below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.